Good afternoon and welcome to Gibson Park for the first time in 2018 for round one of the Illawarra Hardware Man League between the Thirroul Butchers and the Western Suburbs Red Devils. As we see the Western Suburbs Red Devils onto the field first, the Thirroul Butchers about to leave the sheds. Both sides will line up for a minute's silence. The tragic passing of a local junior, Tim Calvaresi, in the last 24 hours. Sign of respect to Thirroul Butchers wearing black armbands. Tim, a Thirroul junior, played a bit of senior football just up the road for Northern Suburbs. Also at Jim Allen Oval today, the tributes will be flowing for Timmy Calvaresi. And we'll just pause for a moment as we're about to go into a minute's silence. Silence around Gibson Park. Everyone on their feet showing signs of respect. And condolences to the Calvaresi family. Timmy, I'm sure you're up there watching, mate. As we see Thirroul, they'll receive the kick from Western Suburbs. West 2017, last season, they showed some great signs of rugby league. They come into season 2018 winning the pre-season cup, courtesy of a last-minute field goal to Zach Green. And I'm sure this game will go down to the wire. The Thirroul Butchers, their pre-season, a few wins there for the Butchers. Coach Jared Costello would have been pleased with what he did see. Let's kick off awaits.
Come on.
Quarter to get us underway, and we're off. Season 2018 at Gibson Park. Higgins has grabbed that and he'll return that ball. And a straight one straight into Rodriguez, and good contact early there. Higgins will play the ball on his 20-metre line. There's Riley Lord with a strong carry early. Riley Lord, one of those players up from reserve grade last year. Coach Costello is going to rely heavily on him in season 2018. There's still a big void left by some departing Butchers. And an early penalty to Thirroul. That man with the number 8 on his back, Aaron Beath. So a bit of a piggyback here early for Thirroul. Jack Walsh finding touch on the halfway line.
Hold here. Go.
Tommy Simpson with another haircut. We did see him run the mullet in the pre-season. An absolute shocker it was. Darryl Strawberry or Trent from Punchy. I wasn't sure who he was trying to take after.
Go, one.
Through over the halfway line. Three of the Western Suburbs players wrapping up Luke Dodge. Dodge squirming for a couple of extra metres. Mick Morris with the ball and a good carry.
Up 11! Hold Larkin!
He's onto the 40-metre line. Joel Johnson at dummy half. He'll go left. Onto Walsh, and Walsh with a great kick there, finding open space and finding touch. And a good set of 6 there from Thirroul early.
This here, guys.
Just walking to the scrum here, both sides.
Just hold on this one.
The Western Suburbs, they've got a bit of talent all over the field this season.
Yeah.
Zach Green, Justin Rodriguez, Pete McLeod will look to them to steer this side around the paddock. And we have a big raps on Josh Daly. He was enormous last season. And he was so successful at dummy half, sniffing out them lazy markers, and look to that later on within the game.
Up, Dick! Get square! Here, Ryan. Good. One.
There's Pello with the ball. Colby Pello playing in the red and blue this season. Played with Thirroul last year. Him and his brother Tony both have gone south and playing with Western Suburbs. Left a big void in the Thirroul lineup. As we see Thirroul last night going down to Berkeley. And best wishes to Tommy Maloney, who got taken away in an ambulance last night with a broken leg. All the best, mate. I hope you can return to rugby league in the near future. As we see a great clearing kick there from Western Suburbs, and well taken by Higgins there at fullback. And Lee Higgins brings that ball back over to his 30-metre line. Callum Tatua. Met solidly there by his opposite number in Kurt Field. Field is driving him back there with the help of Jimmy Green. So Jimmy Green, another one that left Thirroul last season, back to Western Suburbs. There's Joel Johnson out of dummy half. One of the best in the business in this Illawarra league with the number 9 on his back. Gallagher with the ball on the left. Strong carry from Gallagher, attracting 3 of the Western Suburbs players. Last tackle. Gone the short side to Eager. Eager's put it high. Good chase from Thirroul, and well taken there from that man Colby Pello. So diffusing that early, diffusing that kick, sorry, was Mitch Porter.
7, roll away!
Good line speed from the Butchers early, really getting up on the Western Suburbs attack. Nick Morris, Joel Johnson in defence. Riley Lord. So working over the middle of the field. Rankmore with a strong carry. He's wrapped up on the halfway line. Daly in a dummy half. Gone the short side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a little cheeky kick over the top. Well cleaned up there from Higgins. Higgins steps around Pello. He's not going to step around Rodriguez. And a good kick chase from Rodriguez. Hayden Crosland bringing the ball back.
13-8! Up! Hold!
There's Nathan Leah-Tinger.
Good, 2.
Wrapping up Crosland. So Thirroul onto the open side. Walsh onto Dodge. Dodge in open space. Just being chopped down there by Zach Green from behind. Johnson on the dummy half. Tries to get past the marker, but he's wrapped up. Just over the halfway line. Walsh in at dummy half. Morris. Bit one out there from Morris. He was looking for support, but put that ball under his wing and just went forward. Back to the short. Walsh to the boot. Walsh again. Splitting the winger and the fullback. Here's Porter bringing it back. He's met by a wall of blue and white. Led by that man, the veteran Aaron B. Colby Pello with the ball. Bumped off Eager, but couldn't get past Tommy Simpson or Gallagher. Rodriguez at dummy half. Strong carry from the Western Suburbs back rower, centre, there in Kurt Field.
Holding now.
Daly looking left to right there at dummy half. He'll find his front rower, Dylan Laurie. Laurie onto his 40-metre line. West back to the open. Strong carry there again from, I think it was that man, Rankmore. Daly back to Green, and Green with that big boot puts a thumper of a torpedo kick down, and Higgins well taken there on the 10-metre line. Lee Higgins will bring that back. Higgins will just be wrapped up just shy of the 30-metre line.
Hold now.
So some of the Thirroul players still getting back on side. You see the Western Suburbs defence coming up very fast on the Thirroul Butchers. Morris. And a copybook tackle there around the legs from the Western Suburbs back rower. That is Kyle Lodge. Dodge again on the short side. So Dodge over the halfway line. Thirroul set up right to the open. Callum Tatua with the ball. Little right foot jink there. Couldn't get through the Western Suburbs defensive line. Last tackle. Johnson out to Eager. Eager again to the air.
13!
There's a chase of the blue and white, but well taken there from Mitch Porter. Again, Mitch Porter
Hold!
leaping high and diffusing one of Jack Eager's bombs, and Mitch Porter up to the task early.
9, move! Hold!
Joel Johnson just laying over the ruck a little bit too long there, and Colby Pello couldn't get to his feet in time. So Johnson giving away a penalty. Western Suburbs will kick for touch and get themselves out of their own area. Zach Green, a solid kick there from Green. It's about a 40-metre kick there from Zach Green, so he's putting his side in great field position.
Here, wing up!
35 metres out from the Butchers' try line.
Go.
So a chance here for Western Suburbs on the attack. Leah Tinger. He's met front on by his opposite number.
9! Up and
Johnson
square.
over the top.
Hold.
Daly in at dummy half. Over to the open, Dylan Laurie. Dylan Laurie goes out the back. A little bit of a wayward pass. Mitchie Porter mops that pass up. Gets past Beef. Porter still with the ball, shrugging off the Thirroul defence.
Movement,
Finally brought down 30 metres out.
Hold here. Hold. Good.
West back to the open. Hayden Carpenter. Another one of those players that were impressive last season in 2017 was Hayden Carpenter.
Good. 3.
Laurie to the open. Dummies out the back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez out the back to Porter. Porter shows and goes, but he's wrapped up by Gallagher. 10 metres out from the Thirroul try line. Daly to the short. Slips over there, Daly, but Colby Pello gets the ball. So last tackle, 10 metres out. Rodriguez has set out the back. Ball goes to him. Out to Green. Green with a crossfield kick. He'll be looking for his outside wingers. And Towers leaps high and just can't take that catch and
knock on West first.
Knock that on.
Change over. Last
so a great effort there from Luke Towers, leaping high above the Butchers, trying to take that kick from Zach Green, but he's just come up with a fumble. So a very impressive attacking set from Western Suburbs.
No tackle.
And Thirroul, they've got 90 metres of paddock in front of them to get down the other end. Johnson in a dummy half. Riley Lord. Good carry early. That's his second strong carry for the game, Riley Lord. Through going, opting to go the same way. Aaron Beef. A few metres there from the old fella. Over the 30-metre line. A little bit slow to get up there, Beef.
Go. 3.
Johnson at dummy half to Gallagher on the blind. Gallagher's met again strongly by this Western Suburbs defence, so there's no love lost out there between these two sides. A bit of sting in this defence. Morris with the ball, dummies, goes himself. Leah Tinger gets him round the legs and over the top, Laurie. Jack Eager on the last, goes to him. Eager with a good kick, and Pello takes that millimetres in from the sideline, and he'll bring that back. A good chase there from the kicker. Jack Eager.
Go. 1.
Movement 11. Get the ball over the 40-metre line. So Daly in at dummy half. Here's Rankmore. Jimmy Green with a strong carry.
Hold. He's holding. Hold. Go. 3.
Daly sees one marker in front of him, scoops it up, it goes to the right. Zach Green, show and go. Wrapped up over in Thirroul territory.
Hold here.
So Daly in at dummy half. On to Laurie. Laurie crabs a little bit crossfield, looking for a gap between Gallagher and Eager. But they've wrapped Laurie up. And again, a penalty. Just laying over the man with the ball a little bit too long. And we've seen penalties blown like this in the pre-season. We've seen it last night. Referees are taking a stand this season on the discipline, especially around the ruck. And Western Suburbs, they'll try and put themselves into the lead. They'll have a shot at goal, trying to add the 2 points.
And he hasn't stood up.
And we just see Joel Johnson having a quiet chat to the referee. I'm sure Joel Johnson would have disagreed with that decision from the ref.
What are these 2 points?
Guys,
so Mitch Porter placing the ball on the tee here to try and put his team in front.
So just point to where he's going to go.
And it's been a very fast-paced 10 minutes of rugby league here at Jim Allen Oval.
Cut out. Just don't fall this over. No, you take your half-face, please. A
great crowd here to attend round one at Gibson Park. The old boys bar over there full. It's ladies' day over there in the corner, and the grandstand is chock-a-block. So we see Porter step into this one. Looks good off the boot. Straight over the blue dot at the northern end, and Western Suburbs take an early lead, 2-0 here at Gibson Park. How often do we see it on the back end of penalties? Teams just etch in front on the scoreboard. And just looking down there at Coach Costello, be filthy about that. A little bit of laziness from his team. Just laying a little bit too long over the man with the ball. Points will be at a premium today.
Come on!
Traditionally, these two sides, each and every game goes down to the wire, so Jared Costello, as well as Pete McLeod, wouldn't want to be giving away too many penalties resulting in points.
Movement 10! Hold markers! Go.
And off the kick-off, Western Suburbs bringing it back. Strong run there from Dylan Laurie.
11, move! Yes, Tommy, yes, Tom. Hold. Go. 2.
Rodriguez to the blind. Jimmy Green with the ball. Shrugs off Morris. Can't shrug off Gallagher or Eager. Morris come back and helping out in that tackle. Daly at dummy half. Just pinches 10 metres there by a little bit of a cheeky scoot out of dummy half.
Go. 4.
Green onto Zach Green. Zach Green with that big boot. He picks out Lee Higgins again. So Higgins, he'll give it on to Nathan Hoare, and Hoare driven back there by Leah Tinger. Matt strongly.
Hold. Go. Dylan.
We see Callum Tatua take a scoot out of dummy half over the 30-metre line. So Tatua, one of the Thirroul go-to men out wide. They'll be looking to him on the tail end of the back line to really score points today. Thirroul approaching the halfway line. Mick Morris wrapped up.
11, stand up.
Joel Johnson pleading for a penalty. Please, not heard. Beath with the ball to Walsh. Walsh to Higgins, and Higgins copped a little bit of a high one there from Carpenter, but referee hasn't called it. On the last, Walsh will go to the air, testing out Mitch Porter again, and Porter up to the task. That's the third one that's gone high, and Porter's defused. So I'm sure they won't go to that option for the rest of the game. Porter very safe under that high ball. And another penalty for offside. So 3-0 the penalty count. All Western Suburbs way.
Boys, we've got to defend this now. We've got to defend it.
So again, we'll see Zach Green kick for touch. And off that big boot of his, there's another 40 metres. Western Suburbs on the attack, 30 metres out from the Thirroul try line. So Thirroul defence really going to have to muscle up here. Plenty of pressure on the Thirroul defence as we see Jimmy Green show and go. Winds back the clock there, Jimmy Green.
Up near 10!
Daly in at dummy half. Laurie underneath him.
Good now.
Just working over the middle there, Western Suburbs. So we see options left to right. Daly goes right to Green. Green out the back to Porter. Porter on to Carpenter. And Carpenter tries to scoop it across and just can't get that pass away. Hayden Carpenter, he had Luke Towers on the outside of him and just couldn't get the ball to him. So Thirroul let off there. Down in that northeastern corner. Thirroul Butchers on the ropes here a little bit early. Western Suburbs just really throwing it down in attack.
Hold on that line.
They're not helping themselves, giving away 3 pretty cheap penalties early in this game.
Good here. Second row is one around. Dodgy fall around him. Arms around here. Yeah. 4. I'm around the second row. In.
So scrum pack, 10 metres out from try line. Tommy Simpson coming in for a run. Wearing the 3 on his back today. We've seen him in the pre-season with the 12 on his back, and also last season played a little bit of back row. As we see the first interchange for Thirroul about to happen. Big Moosey onto the field, Luke Shield.
Go, mark it down!
Short side, Simpson just trying to get past Rodriguez and can't.
Go, 4.
Joel Johnson out of dummy half. Bumps off Jimmy Green. A little bit of a size difference there. Green v Johnson, and Johnson victorious in that one.
Chase is on.
Jack Walsh to the boot. Well diffused there by Luke Towers, and Towers just trying to get past the tour, but he's wrapped up there by Hayden Crosland.
Up together! Hold! Go, 2.
Back to the open. Here's Pello coming in to help out his forwards.
11, movement!
Pello's wrapped up. Daly at dummy half, sees one marker in front of him, picks up 10 metres. Good contact there from his opposite number 9, Joel Johnson.
Hold. Good, 4. Luke all the way, Luke.
To the boot, Green. Green will just put it between the fullback and the winger. So he's found good grass on that kick, Green. Higgins will bring that out from his own goal line. And great kick chase there from Zach Green, wrapping up Lee Higgins a metre in the field of play. And again, another tackle from Zach Green, so really stepping up is Zach Green in this contest. There's the first carry for Luke Shields today.
Lock in! Go, 3.
Up and play the ball quick. Thirroul going left, Walsh on the dodge, Dodge is wrapped up. So they haven't made too many metres in that set. A little bit of help there. A penalty going the way of Thirroul. So 3-1 the penalty count. The Butchers getting one there. A much needed penalty. Thirroul Butchers were jammed up in their own area. So Walsh, fine touch. Kick it into this big Thirroul crowd over on the bowling club side.
Here we are, guys, behind the line. 4. Don't go
over into Western Suburbs territory. There's Dodge. Good first up carry, Dodge there on the first tackle. It's a nice 10-metre run there from Dodge. Johnson at dummy half. Dummies to Morris. Goes to Eager. Eager on to Moose. And Luke Shields pumping those big legs, and an extra 5 metres there from Shields. Putting his side onto the 30-metre line. And another penalty to Thirroul. Hand on the ruck. We see a quick tap. I thought they might have opted for the 2 there. They're back in their ability, the Butchers. Aaron Booth. He's wrapped up 20 metres out centre of the paddock. Johnson at dummy half. Options left to right. He's gone the left to Walsh. Walsh goes to Dodge, and Dodge just grabbed by his bootlaces. Been up, flicked it to Tatua. Tatua steps, tries to get past Carpenter, but Carpenter wraps him up.
Go, 0.
Hoare at dummy half to Walsh. Morris with the ball. So Morris bringing it back infield. He'll be wrapped up 10 metres out centre of the paddock. Johnson pleading for another penalty at dummy half. He's got the Moose underneath him, but he'll go the open. Eager. Short ball to Gallagher, but Gallagher just can't get a full grip on that one and fumbles it. It was mopped up there by Mitch Porter, so a bit of a let-off there for Western Suburbs, and that was a big chance for Thirroul Butchers to hit back on the scoreboard.
Moving!
Pello's wrapped up, 15 metres out. Kurtfield coming in just to help out his forwards.
Then up and play it.
Just trying to milk a penalty there was Field. So West peppering that short side again. Kyle Lodge with the ball wrapped up.
Go, 3.
Leah Tinger. Bit of a goose step there from Leah Tinger.
Straight away, Joel!
Wrapped up on the 40-metre line.
Go, 4.
West making good ground up the paddock. Zach Green onto the boot.
Give 10 here.
Again, Zach Green piercing Higgins and Crosland. Higgins eventually gets the ball. He'll bring it back out. Good metres there by Higgins off the kick. Jack Eager in at dummy half. Hayden Crosland's time for a run. And he's met by the 2 biggest blokes in the paddock, on the paddock there, Dylan Laurie and also Kieran Rankmore. Tommy Simpson with the ball. Strong carry for Simpson there on the left. Johnson in at dummy half. Tatua. Tatua crabs back infield, steps off that left foot. Now off the right. Can't pierce the Western Suburbs defence. He's wrapped up just shy of the halfway line. Johnson goes the short to Eager. Eager onto the boot. And a good kick from Jack Eager, just trying to bamboozle Mitch Porter, but Porter grabs that ball, try to step around Tom Simpson. He's wrapped up on the 20-metre line is Mitch Porter. As we see a couple of Western Suburbs players still trying to get back on side. Pello with the ball. Oh, and a fumble there from dummy half. I think that was Luke Towers coming in to try and help out. Sorry, that was Kurt Field. So Field, he had eyes on defence and not on the ball there, trying to scoop that up from dummy half. And Thirroul with a great opportunity. 25 metres out from the Western Suburbs line. Morris is wrapped up, centre of the paddock. Johnson at dummy half, the short side to Walsh. Walsh out the back to Higgins. Higgins on to Tatua. And I thought there was a little bit of open space out on that side. Tatua is wrapped up. 15 metres out. Back to the open. Walsh. Walsh to Eager. Eager to Gallagher. Gallagher tries to fend off one, but he's wrapped up by Rodriguez round the legs. With the help of Jimmy Green over the top. So Thirroul just pushed back a little bit on that tackle. Walsh with the ball in hand to Morris. Morris met with a big front-on tackle there by Zach Blay. So
touching the try line.
Zach Blay onto the field for West. Thirroul to the left. Walsh with a cutout ball to Tatua. Tatua onto the foot. Rebounded off the Western Suburbs player.
Not played at, kicked into him.
And the referee is going to say it was not played at. So Western Suburbs standing up in defence and shutting down the Thirroul attack. West will play the ball 10 metres out. Good line speed there from the Butchers.
Off the ball, Joel! Yeah, Luke, hold. Go. 1.
So a few interchanges for both sides. We see Zach Blay onto the field. We also see Luke Shields for Thirroul.
Good. 2.
Marty Cramp on for Western Suburbs as well. A good ball there from Jimmy Green, trying to put Towers Porter in a hole. And they'll again pepper that short side. Rodriguez on the field. Field wrapped up by Aaron Beath around the legs. Pello in at dummy half. Tries to shrug off Eager, but Eager's wrapped him up around the bootlaces. Last tackle. And a little very cheeky play there from Josh Daly. Very Billy Slater-like there. Milking an absolute penalty.
But it's still ruck interference.
Smart play really there by Josh Daly. I'll say that, but I can't say it too loud in the thick of the Thirroul supporters.
I know, just don't worry about it, all right?
It's only a short walk home, but I might get knifed if I keep that up. So West on the attack, courtesy of the back end of another penalty. Zach Blay with a strong hit up. Gallagher over the top, Johnson underneath. Daly out dummy half, dummies onto Rodriguez. Rodriguez looked for a red jersey but couldn't find one next to him, so he's taking the ball under his wing and gone himself. Daly again to the short. To Green on the inside to Marty Cramp. So Cramp's wrapped up, 8 metres out. Back to the open, Green, Rodriguez. Back underneath is Blay. So Blay's wrapped up, 3 metres out from the blue dot here at the northern end. Daly onto the left to Rodriguez. Rodriguez out the back to Porter. Porter will go himself and Porter will just cross over, and Tommy Simpson found out in defence there. He'll want that time over again, Tommy Simpson. And Mitch Porter opens his account for season 2018 with a try at Gibson Park. Much too easy there for Western Suburbs.
First try of the match goes to the Western Suburbs side, scored by number 1, Mitchell Porter.
And Mitchie Porter crossing the stripe at the northern end at Gibson Park, extending the Western Suburbs lead 6 points to 0. 16 minutes remaining in this first half. And the boys in the blue and white just huddling up in their in goal, and they will be filthy for letting Western Suburbs scoring that early try. It has been a game so far from one try line to the other, with both sides really showing good signs of defence, but Tommy Simpson being found out there by a little bit too classy there, Mitch Porter. And Mitch Porter will attempt to add another 2 points to his total. Porter started off the game and kicked Western Suburbs into a lead courtesy of a penalty. A good 40-metre kick, and it went straight between the blue dot and then crosses the try line. So the 6 points scored so far today, all to M. Porter. And he has got a good radar on him, so I'll be backing him in here. I hope I haven't put the mock on him. As we said, a good healthy crowd here at Gibson Park for round 1. And he's just sprayed it to the left of the upright, so I've mocked Mitch Porter. Sorry, mate. As we see, Western Suburbs stay in the lead, 6 points to 0. The Butchers trotting that ball back to halfway to kick back off to Western Suburbs. So we see the 15, Joel Ruskin, onto the field for the Butchers. Aaron Booth coming from the field for a rest. Bit of a flat, awkward kick there from Walsh, but picked up by Zach Green. And a good carry back there, peeling off that back fence to bring that ball back.
15 off the ball! There's another one! Oh! Go.
Daly at dummy half to the open. Laurie with the ball.
Move, Steve! Here, guys, here. Go, 2. Good.
Short side again, Western Suburbs, Green. So Josh Daly just scooping it out of dummy half, going
Move,
through the
14.
fence and laying it on
15 all the way.
to Green.
Go, 3.
Back to the open. Zach Blay with the ball, met by his opposite,
Move,
number
Blue.
14 in Shields.
Yeah, look away.
Gallagher over the top, Ruskin underneath.
Good, 4.
Inside the 40, Green onto the boot.
14 on your left.
The Thirroul back three know the depth that Green can kick, so they were well up to that task. Higgins a little bit of a jink at the line, bit of a trip, but Rodriguez wrapped him up around the bootlaces.
Hold!
Good penalty.
1, 2, 3.
Good penalty. Good
And a
penalty.
penalty to the Butchers. Walsh eager to put this one into touch. Might get a catch here. Going to fall a bit short. It's off the side of the boot there, that touch finder from Walsh. Eager to Ruskin. Ruskin, I'm not sure if that was a dummy or not, but you can claim that one, Rusco. Over the halfway line.
Go.
Johnson at dummy half to Shields. The Moose only knows one way, and that's straight and hard.
Here we are.
He's
here we
wrapped
are.
up
Hold.
into Western Suburbs
Hold.
territory, 40 metres out. Johnson to the left to Walsh. Walsh a flat ball to Dodge.
Up 12.
Dodge is
Hold.
wrapped up 30 metres out.
Hold. Go. 3.
Back to the open, Morris. A little bit of a jink at the line.
Movement 15.
Can't get past the defensive Marty Cramp. Johnson to the blind. A bit of a wayward pass. I'm not sure where that ball was going. Tatua's cleaned that one up. Goose step back into the middle of the field. Steps at the line.
Tackle 12.
Lodge wraps up Tatua. Last tackle.
Out 12.
Walsh onto the boot. Chip over the defensive line. Cleaned up by Pello, and Pello gets past Walsh and brings that back. Gets past Tatua. Can't get past Dodge and Johnson, but
Off the arm, Joel. Hold.
so Pello's made about 3 metres there and gone across field 45. Thirroul defence up quick on the Western Suburbs
Move
attack.
now.
Hold there.
Hold.
Hold there.
Hold. Go.
Open Rodriguez. Laurie. Good contact there from
11 up.
Gallagher
Up, kick out
and
there.
Shields.
Hold.
You could hear that one in the stands.
With foot.
And again, another good contact from Shields. Morris, Johnson.
13 off the ball.
So a bit of stink in those last two tackles from the Butchers.
13 not there.
Rodriguez to the line. Here we go. Pello had open space in front of him, but just couldn't take the ball.
Halfway. Tackle 4. Knock on.
It would have been interesting to see Pello collect that one and steam down that left flank, but he just couldn't get a full grasp on that pill, and he's fumbled it, so Thirroul let off again.
Train up, scrum. Scrum. Fellas, just
I'll pack the scrum on the halfway line.
West, trainer, mate, you got to get off.
11 minutes remaining in this first half.
Can't get one at a time, they're going 3 movements. One around, Kirk, good. Heads all the way in. Heads in, 4 in.
Eager to feed the scrum. Johnson at the base.
Sorry, mate.
Walsh is out to Tua with the ball.
Move now,
Tua's
14.
wrapped up just over
Hold,
into
hold.
Western Suburbs territory. Left Thirroul go to Dodge.
Off the
Good
ball,
carry from
15.
Dodge. Nice 10-metre carry from the back rower. Thirroul back to the open. Walsh dummies. Out the back to Eager. Eager out the back to Higgins, and Higgins just couldn't get onto that ball. So a little bit of miscommunication there from Higgins and Eager.
Hold. Go.
Crosland a dummy half. Simpson, who want to make amends from Mitchie Porter getting around him to score the first try of the
Go,
game.
4.
Walsh on the last onto the boot. And straight down the throat of Luke Towers, that kick from Walsh. Towers is wrapped up 15 metres out from his own try line.
Hold. Go.
Green at dummy half. Western Suburbs back to the open.
Move now.
Middle of the paddock.
Hold there. Hold.
A little bit of a shove there from one of the Butchers players. Why he was trying to get up to play the ball. Zach Blay with the ball in hand.
13, release. Hold.
So good line speed from the Butchers, trying to keep West in their own area. Rodriguez to Pello. Pello a jink at the line.
Hands away, Steve!
He's got fancy footwork through. They know that. They're up to the task. Jimmy Green back to the open. A tip on there from Green onto Marty Cramp. Marty Cramp throws that out the back.
Going backwards.
Mitch Porter scoops it up. Leah Tinger gets the ball. Another goose step by Leah Tinger.
Last one!
Last tackle
10!
to Green.
Outside 40.
Green with that big boot. Punts it straight down the field, and I thought we were going to see a little bit of miscommunication there from the Thirroul numbers 1 and 2, but Crosland takes that ball cleanly. Runs it straight back into Marty Cramp. So Crosland will play the ball 30 metres out. Johnson in the dummy half. Joel Ruskin with another carry. So Rusco pumping those big legs.
Off the ball, 14!
Johnson options left to right, centre of the paddock. Opted to go left. There's Riley Lord back on the paddock for Thirroul.
Here's Zach. Hold. Go 4.
Morris, and he's met in a thumper of a tackle from Zach Blay. Really chopped Morris in half then. Walsh to the boot, he's gone high. Testing out the back three here for West. Tatua trying to jump up to the ball, but it's well taken from Luke Towers as we see a penalty to Thirroul.
You didn't hold your line.
So it looked like Mitch Porter shadowing Luke Towers there and chopping out some of the Thirroul chasers. So a big chance here for Thirroul. A fresh set of 6 tackles 10 metres out from the Western Suburbs line. So we see Dodge with a little bit of a slow carry up the field. Dodge will be wrapped up 9 metres out. Johnson at dummy half. Riley Lord underneath. Opts to go to Eager. Defence up on Eager. So Eager's had to step back infield. Bumps off Kyle Lodge. He's wrapped up 2 metres shy of the line. Johnson to the left, onto Walsh. Walsh a short ball to Dodge. Dodge bunts past the first. Dodge, he's over! So Luke Dodge scores Thirroul's opening try for season 2018. And a well-deserved effort. He's been strong out there in this first half, Luke Dodge. A bit of a crowd favourite here at Gibson Park. And Thirroul hit back. (6-4). Western Suburbs in front of the Thirroul Butchers, and the kick to come. So a very well-deserved try for Luke Dodge. He's been strong on that left-hand side for Thirroul. As we see again, happens week in, week out. Points on the back end of penalties.
Keep it up, right? There was a good penalty down there too, the field one. It was really good. Keep going well and finish off the half.
So Jake Walsh attempting to add the extras and level up the score.
Pretty solid, mate. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Pretty solid. Yeah. Just have a watch and going back to the 10. If you think it's short or a bit long, just give me a tip.
And in the end, a very soft try there for the Butchers, with Dodge just bumping off a couple of Western Suburbs players and crossing that stripe down the southern end.
Losing my voice, but a couple of testy pots.
As we see Walsh attempting to add the extras, stepping into this one.
Yep.
Flags are up at the southern end and the scores are level, 6 points all. 5 minutes remaining in this first half here at Gibson Park.
The losing attempt was successful by number 7, Jacob Wells. Now number 7, Jumper is
Come here, Ron, you go. Come here, Ron!
So Mitch Porter, get us underway again. Awkward kick there, but well taken there from Joel Johnson, and Riley Lord will push off the back fence and return that ball. It's good leg drive there from Riley Lord.
Up 14!
So Lord brings that over the 20-metre line.
Go, 1,
Johnson at dummy half, eager with the ball. Gallagher.
Mate, you got to get square, mate.
Gallagher straight and hard. He's met by his opposite
Move now!
back rower.
Hold!
With the help of Kurt Field there. Johnson dummies the open, goes the blind. Tommy Simpson nearly got through and past Zach Blade. But again, that man Kurt Field in defence standing up. Johnson scoots out of dummy half, wrapped up on halfway.
Hold now! Go.
Eager at dummy half to Walsh. Walsh to Morris. Morris bumps off Kyle Lodge. Zach Green comes in to help Lodge. There's Walsh onto the boot.
15,
Gone high
15,
and
15.
deep. Be hoping for a favourable bounce. And a good chase from Tatua, wrapping up Mitch Porter. Applause around Gibson Park there for the chase. But he's just stayed down on Mitch Porter for too long, and he's given away a penalty. So all that good work there from Callum Tatua thrown away. I'm sure the man in the middle copping a spray here from the Thirroul faithful for that. A good touch finder there from Zach Green.
Both feet, sorry, both feet. Luke away. Good, mate. No tackle.
Is that man Green with the ball onto Marty Cramp. Cramp's wrapped up by Ruskin and Johnson. Morris underneath. Daly in at dummy half. Dummies to Blay. Out the back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Green. But Green's not getting past Eager or Gallagher.
Move 11!
So wrapped up is Green, 35 metres out. Daly sees one mark in front of him, scoots. Very cheap 10 metres there for Josh Daly. Puts his team 20 metres out from the Thirroul try line. Rodriguez at dummy half, Leah Tinger. Leah Tinger shows and goes. Ruskin wrapping him up with the help from Johnson. Rodriguez with the ball on the short side, puts it to the boot. And we see a good chase there from Kurt Thirroul. He just couldn't collect that ball.
Knocked on by you. Restart. Wait.
And Kurt Thirroul, had he got more of a hand to that ball, would have scooped that up and slammed that ball down in the try line. But he's just pushed it over the dead ball line as we see Thirroul with a 20-metre tap. So we're into the final 2 minutes of this first half. And Morris just couldn't hold on to that ball, trying to get up to play the ball. He's pleading to the referee and the touch judge that there was a hand on the ball. But the pleas are not heard by either one. So a pack of scrum 30 metres out from the Thirroul try line, and as we see the clock tick down into the last minute and a bit, Western Suburbs will get a last crack at points.
Lee, head in.
Rodriguez to feed the scrum. Stack both sides.
Hold out.
Daly at the base of the scrum to Green. Green a face ball to Carpenter. Carpenter steps off that right foot, wrapped up by Tatua and also Walsh. And hand in the ball there. Looked like Jake Walsh. We see a quick tap from Green. So 50 seconds left in this first half. Can the Butchers hold the Western Suburbs attack out?
Go. One.
Rodriguez with the ball dummy. Gives it to Blay underneath him. So Blay's wrapped up 10 metres out.
Hold your goal.
They're set both sides of the ruck. Daly to Rodriguez. He'll go out the back to Porter. Porter onto Field. Field trying to sniff the try out, but he's wrapped up by 3 of the Thirroul Butchers. Tommy Simpson, Luke Gallagher, and Crosland.
Go. 3.
Porter with the ball. Porter shows, goes. He's going to split the defence. He's going to score. Again, Mitchy Porter, 2 for the day. So Mitch Porter, 2 easy again for him. As we see, the last seconds just tick down in this first half, and that's the last thing Jared Costello would have wanted from his men going into the half-time break, as we just see Jacko just walking back to the sheds. He will be filthy on that. And Mitch Porter, that man that scored all of West Point so far today, has got another 4 to his tally. So Western Suburbs 10, Thirroul 6.
Matt. 11.
And Mitchy Porter will look to convert his try and add another 2 points. So Pete McLeod, he will be wrapped going into the halftime break. It looked like we're going to all be locked up at 6 all into the halftime break. But on the back end of a couple of penalties there, ill discipline from the Thirroul Butchers. And a bit of laziness in defence there. It's cost them not only that try, but the one earlier on to Mitch Porter to cross the stripe. Mitchy Porter steps in for this one. And he'll easily add the extras for the game.
Let's go that ball, please. Back out to half.
Thanks, mate. That one's coming. They're going the way I was saying.
And the half-time break here, the Thirroul Butchers behind on the scoreboard to the Western Suburbs Red Devils, 12 points, 2-6.
Thank you.
Mitchy Porter scoring 2 tries for the Western Suburbs Red Devils. Luke Dodge scoring for the Thirroul Butchers. We will be back in a short time for the second half at Gibson Park. Welcome back to the coverage of round one between the Thirroul Butchers and the Western Suburbs Red Devils in the Illawarra Hardware League. We see the Thirroul Butchers coming back onto the field, behind on the scoreboard, 12 points to 6. Johnny Pett here calling this game for Bar TV. So we see the Western Suburbs Red Devils back onto the paddock. That man wearing the number 1 on his jersey with the captaincy for the Western Suburbs Red Devils have scored all the 12 points that West have had on the scoreboard. 2 tries, a goal and a penalty goal. Mitchy Porter on fire here today at Gibson Park. The Thirroul Butchers, their try courtesy of Luke Dodge and converted by Jake Walsh. So we see Walsh about to get us back underway here in the second half. A good crowd here at Gibson Park. Old Boys Bar over there, full to the brim. Cans are flowing. And I'm sure that will continue at the Ryan's Hotel tonight. So we see Jake Walsh getting us back underway. And straight down the throat of Zach Green. And there's Marty Cramp bringing that ball back.
Up there, Riley!
Met by Riley Lord with Morris over the top. Getting up a bit gingerly there, Marty Cramp. Leah Tinger, straight and hard there.
Movement 11! Here we are, 13.
So in 2 carries, West over their 20-metre line. Going to the short side, Rodriguez onto Field. Field trying to step his way through the Thirroul defence, but can't get past Eager or Ruskin. Just had a score update from the Helensburgh and Collegians game, 18 all at half-time.
Inside!
As we see Zach Green kicking down the throat of Higgins, well taken there by Lee Higgins. He'll bring that ball back.
Up now, up now!
As I just said, Collegians and Helensburgh 18 all. I'm sure it's not a scoreline we would have thought to be at half-time. Collegians the reigning premiers.
Moving on!
Helensburgh Tigers all heart, and I hope they continue to pepper away at that scoreline in the second half. But the action's thick and fast here at Gibson Park as Morris over the halfway line. Johnson on to Ruskin. Rusco starting the second half. It looks like Shields onto the bench. And Aaron Beef. Walsh to the short on the boot. Nathan Hoare chasing that ball hard. And taken by Porter, and a great chase there from Nathan Hoare. Well done. A great kick there from Jake Walsh, and equal was that chase from Hoare. Mitchy Porter wrapped up in the in goal. So Thirroul, they'll receive the ball back. Mitchy Porter just holding that ball in one arm, in one hand, taking the ball to drop it back out. And a good start from the Thirroul Butchers in this second half.
You're right, mate, you're right.
About 35 metres on the fly, this dropout, and Ruskin will return the ball. Good contact there from Zach Blake and Kyle Lodge on Ruskin. Ruskin rolled over onto his back. Gets up, plays the ball. Riley Lord, show and go. So 15 metres out, centre of the paddock. Riley Lord play the ball. Johnson to the left to Walsh. Walsh's short ball to Ruskin. Rusco looking to cross that try line. He's wrapped up about a metre out from the white stripe at the northern end. Johnson at dummy half, out the back to Eager. Eager to Gallagher. Gallagher with a bit of a step. Not sure that was the right play. As we see Gallagher trying to get a pass out, but couldn't get the pass and spilt the ball. So a chance gone begging there for the Thirroul Butchers.
Scrum, Bart, you got to go, mate. You got to go to scrum.
So we'll pack another scrum, 10 metres out, centre of the paddock.
On this line.
Western Suburbs with a lot of green in front of them to the other try line at the opposite end.
Wait, 11, wait, 11. Through 11. Armour in your mate.
Looks like Colby Pello's going to come in for a run off his wing off the scrum.
Here we go. Out! Feed the next one.
There's Pello with the ball in hand. Crabs across field. Met by Dodge. And also Simpson. Pello's pushed back.
Lock in,
good defence from the Butchers.
12.
Again, they'll go right, Western Suburbs. They've met by three of the Butchers players. Morris over the top.
Lock in!
Thirroul underneath. Back to the open. So 3 tackles gone, 20 metres out.
Good, 3.
Leah Tinger back to the open side. Dummies, goes himself, met by Morris. Gallagher, eager.
Off the arm, 13. Hold. Go. 4.
Short side, Rodriguez onto the boot.
Number 14.
He'll kick his team out of trouble. And Lee Higgins, positioned well, takes that on the full and he'll bring that ball back. Higgins with a strong carry. He's going to bring that just shy of the halfway line. So a good kick return there from the Thirroul number 1, Lee Higgins. And earns his side a penalty. A little bit lazy there from Marty Cramp. So a good return there from Lee Higgins. And we'll see Walsh find touch. So Walsh will pick up about 20 metres off that kick. Well taken there by Western Suburbs supporter in the crowd. Thirroul on the attack, dodge. Good contact there from Lodge. Johnson to dummy half, dummies to Ruskin, out the back to Eager. Eager short ball to Morris. A busy player, Michael Morris, plays a full 80 minutes of rugby league each week.
Good, mate, hold.
Centre of the paddock, Johnson to the left. Walsh to the tour out the back. Bumps off Towers. He'll be wrapped up by Blay round the legs. Johnson to the short. And hand in the ruck there from the Western Suburbs player. So another set of 6 at the Western Suburbs defence, Thirroul. Ruskin with a carry. So another chance here for the Thirroul Butchers. Johnson to Walsh. Walsh got Tatua underneath him. Inside to Higgins. Higgins steps off the right. He's looking for that try line. He's just brought up short. Millimetres from that try line. Higgins has pulled up short. Johnson scoot out of dummy half. He's going to try and barge over, and he does. Joel Johnson crashes over from dummy half. The best in the business, Joel Johnson. He can find his way over that try line, Joel Johnson. And Thirroul hit back early in the second half, courtesy of a Joel Johnson try.
Contact with the defender. I have to penalise you as a driver. Sorry.
And Thirroul on the back end of a couple of sets of 6 attacking the Western Suburbs line. The Western Suburbs line couldn't take any more of the pressure, and Johnson opening his account in 2018.
They're right in the dead ball line just from that play there before they scored.
Yeah.
They needed a kick in and all of a sudden one of them
Jake
cleaned up.
Walsh to attempt to add the extras. That's good hospitality out there by Mitchell McLean, the water runner, offering the referee a drink of water. That'll get you a few points, Rivers. We'll see Walsh to level up the scores here at Gibson Park. And indeed what Jared Costello's men needed to do. Come out in that second half and put points on the board first. I'm sure Pete McLeod's in his dugout there, filthy on leaking points early. As we see Walsh about to step into this one. And we're all locked up here. 12 points to all. Conversion successful.
If you come in late, you've got to be the first one out. Yeah. Good. The tackle was made, then you put hands on his back, you're the last one in. That one there, he just held him down.
So that man, Mitch Porter, places the ball on the tee. Get us underway again. Bit of a shallow kick there, down to Johnson and Riley Lord with the return carry. 3 of the Western Suburbs players stopping Riley Lord from any more momentum forward.
Go, 1. Move 12!
Good carry there from Luke Dodge.
Play it, Luke. Go, 2. Good
Tatua
now.
in a little bit of space. Tries to fend off Zach Green. And trying to get to his feet was Tatua, and Zach Green just giving him a little bit more attention that needed. So Tatua earning his side a penalty. So we see Johnson will kick for touch. Just about 15 metres there. Earned from Joel Johnson's kick for touch. That man with the ball in hand now. Walsh onto Dodge. Dodge back into the centre of the field. So Thirroul another opportunity to put points on the board. 30 metres out from the Western Suburbs try line. Morris to Eager. Eager a flat ball to Riley Lord. Lord's wrapped up. 20 metres out, centre of the paddock.
Movement! Get square, Jimmy. Hold!
Johnson to the open to Eager. Eagle go back to Walsh. Walsh, a bit of a cross pass there. Toots to her, who'll crab back infield. Dummy, go himself. He's wrapped up by Leah Tinger. And also Marty Cramp. Ruskin with a carry on the right. Ruskin backing into the defence. Johnson, centre of the paddock, left to right options. He'll go left. Walsh. Walsh a short ball to Dodge. Dodge trying to bump off Green. Can't get past Green. Leah Tinger wraps him up over the top. Johnson on the last to Walsh. Walsh onto the boot. Chasers are coming through. And just a bit too much pepper on that kick from Walsh. And we'll see Western Suburbs bring it out to the 20-metre line with a fresh set of 7 tackles.
Just wait for me.
So Pello off the 20-metre tap.
Hold.
Brings it out. 10-metre run there from Pello. A little bit of a jump and step there from Kurt Field. Not fooling Ruskin or Johnson. Back to the open, Rankmore.
Movement 13.
Ruskin low, Morris over the top. Short side, Daly goes.
Up there, 15. Lock in. Go, 3.
So we see the 17 onto the paddock. Jason Green for Western Suburbs.
Move now. Go.
Daly at dummy half to Green. Green out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez got Leah Tinger underneath him. Leah Tinger's wrapped up on the last tackle, 40 metres out, centre of the paddock. Daly will go to the left. Rodriguez runs to the line of defence, puts a grubber through. And Higgins places well there at fullback. He's got good field placement, Higgins. And Higgins will bring that ball back. He's wrapped up, 15 metres out from the try line. Hoare coming in off his wing. Take a hit up. He's forced back there by Kyle Lodge and also Hayden Carpenter.
Go, 17.
Walsh to the open to Eager. Eager dummies, goes himself.
Stay down.
So the defence was up there on the outside players for Thirroul. So Eager, dummy went himself, made a few extra metres. Johnson back to the left. Here's the big Moose. The Moose looking to get that arm free. Can't get it free. Zach Green wrapping the ball up. Johnson to the short side to Thirroul with the ball in hand. Shakes the kick, goes himself. Dummies, he's wrapped up. Last tackle on the halfway line. Eager with the kick. And a good kick from Jack Eager. And Luke Towers bringing that ball back from his goal line. Out to the left. As we see Colby Pello into open space. He has got a motor. But a good tackle there from Luke Dodge. And Dodgey's just put in a second effort there. As we see, Dodge fell off that tackle, then Colby Pello tried to get back up and run away, and Dodge has gone for a second attempt, and the referee's blown the whistle, and there's not a worse spot at Gibson Park for a referee to blow a penalty, and that is in front of the Old Boys bar, and I'm sure he is copping plenty of stick for that.
Go.
But back to the footy, Western Suburbs on the attack. Jimmy Green with a strong hit up over the 40-metre line.
13.
So Western Suburbs now with the opportunity. Morris comes up quick on Rodriguez, but Rodriguez just stepped past him. Gallagher and Shields wrapping up Rodriguez. Daly out of dummy half, onto Rankmore. Rankmore looking to get that arm free. So Rankmore's wrapped up, 30 metres out, centre of the paddock. West opting to go to the right side, Green. Short ball there to Lodge, and Lodge has been thumped in defence and spilt the ball. And looked like a high shot there on Jake Walsh. The Thirroul faithful have gone up looking for a penalty, but the referee's not having a bar of it. As we see play continue. Luke Shields with the ball.
Go, 1.
So the crowd really getting into this game now. 12 all, 27 minutes remaining in round 1 of this clash between the Butchers and the Devils. There's that man again, Dodge. Looks like Zach Green down in back play.
Josh, off the ball!
Beath onto the field. Eager. Gallagher. Gallagher steps off his right. Can't get past or through the Western Suburbs defence. Last tackle. Walsh with the ball. Gone high. The Thirroul chasers are all onside. Pressure on the Western Suburbs back two. And a good take there from Luke Towers. And a great kick chase there from Tatua and Morris.
Go.
So the Butchers, they'll be looking for a massive defensive set here. And there's Lukey Shields just wrapping up the Western Suburbs player, pushing back Colby Pello.
Tom, 2.
So West to the right, Shields, that man again, making another good contact.
Hold here.
The help of his front row partner, Aaron Beef. Kurtfield with the carry. So they haven't made many movements in this set, Western Suburbs. The Thirroul defence really coming up and shutting down any play they are throwing down.
Tackle, Aaron! Let him up!
Last tackle. I'll be looking for a big kick here from Rodriguez and a fumble from Rodriguez. And a great pressure on the kicker there from Rodriguez. And the Moose leaping high like a winger. Hey, Lukey Shields will watch that replay for the next week and gets up and throws the ball. So the Moose, I'm sure he will be watching this tonight on the replay of Bar TV. So Thirroul gaining a penalty, 35 metres out. Great chance here for Thirroul to go in front on the scoreboard. There's a ton of feeling out there in this match. And another penalty blown. And
1, 2, 3. They're 3 movements.
And we'll just see what this penalty is for.
Another good penalty, mate. They're good.
No time. Thirroul back on the attack. Gallagher's wrapped up 12 metres out. So Thirroul again laying it down to the Western Suburbs defence. Gallagher eager out to Walsh. Walsh out to Tatua. Tatua will step back infield. And Tatua's up again off the ground. Here he goes. Tatua, he's dummy. Go himself. Can he cross? No, he's just shut down short. Metres from the try line. Johnson in at dummy half. And again another penalty. 3 or 4 in a row. I think that's 3 in a row Western Suburbs have given out to the Thirroul Butchers. And a very easy 2 points on offer here.
No, I've called the tackle completely.
So we see the Water Runners running out with the tee. So a chance for Thirroul to go 2 points in front and take the lead for the first time in this game. And we are going to take the shot at goal of Thirroul Butchers. So a chance here for Jake Walsh to kick his side in front. It'll be a massive confidence booster for Jared Costello's men if they do put themselves in front on the scoreboard. And Coach Pete McLeod must be pulling his hair out down there on the Western Suburbs bench on the back end of a few penalties there. Simple penalties given away by Western Suburbs have allowed Thirroul to march their way down the paddock and give them a sniff. But Thirroul must respect the Western Suburbs defence. They haven't opted to press on and try and score a try. They've taken the 2. They know how hard it is to crack this Western Suburbs defence line and put points on the board. As we spoke about earlier, points are going to be a premium today.
Yep.
And Jake Walsh sneaks that one just inside the left upright and puts the Thirroul Butchers in front for the first time at Gibson Park here. As we see the Thirroul Butchers marching their way back to the kickoff positions. So West behind on the scoreboard. They've only really got themselves to blame, giving away these cheap penalties. So we see a good kick from the kickoff there from Mitch Porter. It's slapped back in there from Luke Gallagher. So that could have been disastrous for the Thirroul Butchers. It could have been a little bit luck there for Western Suburbs, but we continue with play. Thirroul bringing the ball out. Morris putting that ball under his wing, running into a strong defensive Jason Green and also Leah Tinger. Johnson dummy to Shields, to Walsh. Walsh to Higgins, to Tatua. Tatua onto Hoare. Hoare steps back infield, looks for a bit of room. Steps around one of the players of Western Suburbs. Can't step around Kieran Rankmore. Rankmore wraps up Hoare on the halfway line. Johnson onto Walsh. Walsh to the boot early. And we've got Hayden Crosland steaming down, chasing this kick. And a good kick chase there from Crosland. But Colby Pello steps around Crosland into open space. Pello back infield. Can't get past Shields or Morris. And Pello's wrapped up. Look, getting up a little bit gingerly there. Oh, big lift in that tackle there from Joel Johnson. Putting Kurtfield in a little bit of an awkward position there. So we see a penalty blown, Western Suburbs now kick for touch and get themselves out of their own area. As we see that kick for touch just over the halfway line. 2 balls on the field, so referees just called a little bit of time off. Time back on. Rodriguez with the ball. Dylan Laurie with the carry. There's 1-2 people we don't want to run into is Luke Shields and Michael Morris. There's Jason Green. Strong carry again, Shields.
Aaron, hold for me. Go.
He must have a date tonight, the Moose, or he's going to show his new girlfriend this video. He's on fire out there.
Joe! Yeah. Hold. Hold. Go. 3.
Back to the open. Pello onto Green. Green with a cutout ball. Onto Field. Field just can't get past Gallagher or Dodge.
Go. 4.
Back to the open. Pello. We see Tony Pello onto the field. So the 2 Pello bowlers into the game. Rodriguez at dummy half. Tony Pello with the ball onto the boot and well mopped up there by Hayden Crosland. And Crosland brings that ball into the field of play. And Lee Higgins out of dummy half. What a run there. 80's up again. And we're going to have time there. So Lee Higgins, the tackle was completed. So he'll have to go back and play the ball. It was a good scoot from dummy half by that man, Higgins.
Along with a touch, judging. See, mate, you've held here. Marcus, push up. Keep going. Marcus, push up. Where you held. Go. Tackle.
Tommy Simpson with the ball in hand. Strong carry. Good 10-metre carry there by Tom Simpson.
Here we are. Here we are. Hold. Hold. Go. 3.
Morris again with the ball. I'd like to have his hit-up count for this evening.
Off the ball, 17. Holding. Go.
Johnson continues to go left. Shields.
Last tackle.
Laurie wraps up Shields around the legs. Johnson dummy half. Again goes the short side. Walsh to the boot.
On the outside.
And Walsh just puts that one over the touchline on the full. So not what the Thirroul Butchers would have wanted to finish off that set.
I didn't. Yeah.
So West, they'll play the ball 40 metres out and great field position here for Western Suburbs to hit back
on the 20 for me.
at the Thirroul Butchers.
Here we are. Go across. To the 20 in.
So Laurie ball in hand. Rodriguez at dummy half.
No tackle.
Jason Green with the carry. He'll be wrapped up centre of the paddock, 35 metres out.
Lock in.
Rodriguez
Go. 1.
into that dummy half roll. There's Pello. Couldn't grasp that ball and onto the field not so long ago. And Tony Pello coming up with a very rare mistake. So Josh Daly onto the bench. And we see Justin Rodriguez move into the dummy half roll and allowing Tony Pello to play in that number 7 position. A luxury that coach Pete McLeod does have. Plenty of depth in that 9, 6 and 7 within his squad.
Need a lock, guys. Yep. Nah, that's fine. Don't go early, mate. Head in, Mitch. 2 hands, 6. Go in.
Scrum pack. Johnson at the base of the scrum. And to Higgins. Higgins to Tatua. He's had good involvement here today, Tatua.
Hold there.
Can't play it on the mark there. He's going to have to move back a couple of metres.
Go back. Play on.
So Johnson out of dummy half. Dummy's one way, goes the other. Picks up 10 metres. Looking for a quick play the ball.
Go. 2.
Eager at dummy half. Onto the veteran and a good carry there from Aaron Deef.
Yeah, Dylan. Go. 3.
Morris again with another carry. Look to tip on there to Shields, but Shields just overrun that play. 30 metres out centre of the paddock. Morris to play the ball.
Go 4.
Johnson to the left. And Walsh onto Dodge, but Dodge just couldn't take that pass and it was well met there from the Western Suburbs defence. And we just see Jake Walsh just down on his back and after throwing that pass. It might have been hit a little bit late there.
Probably does. That's right, Buck. Go back there. We'll have a look at it. Watch that 10.
Might have taken the wind out of his sail.
40. Just watch that 10. Make sure it doesn't get too... Yeah, mate. Have a step back, guys. Have a step back. Give him some room. This way.
So both sides relishing this break. It's been a very, very fast-paced second half of rugby league.
Good here. Let's go. Yeah. Fellas, go line. He's got a loose heart. He's got a loose head loop. mate.
See time about to come back on. Both teams packing the scrum.
Five, just another
Zach
step.
Green to
Five.
feed the scrum for Western Suburbs.
Arms around, mate.
Big
Hold there. In. Come on. Good.
Rodriguez at the base. There's Pello. Colby Pello coming off. He's going to take a carry.
Yeah, hold, go. One.
Jimmy Green on the left. Again hammering that short side.
Go.
Back to the open. Dylan Laurie with the ball in hand.
Oh!
Just inside his own territory. Zach Green with the ball going right. Rankmore playing a little bit wide with the number 8 on his back. He can't get past Jake Walsh.
Oh! Go. 4.
Hayden Carpenter to Green. Green to Rodriguez. Underneath is Laurie. So that's Laurie's second carry for that set, and he's upended and put on his back by Joel Johnson.
Last tackle!
Great tackling technique, Joel Johnson. Green to the boot, gone high. Plenty of chases, but well taken there from Nathan Hoare. And he's absolutely upended there by Hayden Carpenter.
17!
There's Higgins with a carry. Higgins makes good meters.
Get square! Hold!
And it looked like Dylan Laurie over the top. Gallagher with a carry back into where that tackle was made. We see him play. Looks like Hayden Carpenter just clenching at that right wrist after that tackle. That'd be a loss if Hayden Carpenter has done a bad injury. Solid in defence as Carpenter. We see Joel Johnson scooting out a dummy half. Johnson over the 40-metre line, being told to play the ball by the referee and earning his side a penalty.
Tackle is complete.
So very, very smart football there by the Thirroul Butchers number 9. And again, another penalty awarded to the Butchers. That looked like Luke Towers just wanting to have a bit more to say, and he's off. And listen to this crowd go up. So the home crowd here very grateful of Luke Towers mouthing off to the referee. So Western Suburbs will play the next 10 minutes with 12 men on the paddock. And Pete McLeod would not be happy with that. Game in the balance, Thirroul ahead by 12, peppering the Western Suburbs defence, and a fresh set of 6 at them with 12 defenders in front of them. We see Aaron Beath, centre of the paddock, wrapped up. Joel Johnson to the right, Morris with a strong carry, wrapped up by Rodriguez with the help of Leah Tinger. Morris wrapped up, 10 metres out. Johnson, Walsh with the ball in hand, out to Tatua. Tatua's got an option wide. Nathan Hoare's in! Nathan Hoare on a forward pass, it's been called. So Callum Tatua, he had all the time in the world and just put that ball forward.
He's in a pretty good spot.
And the crowd went up here at Gibson Park. They thought the Thirroul Butchers were going to extend their lead.
Good one, but good one. Yeah. Yeah, centre over there.
They took advantage of the man down, the Thirroul Butchers then. And Western Suburbs let off the hook.
Yep. Feed it. Hold it, don't go early.
Zach Green feed the scrum 10 metres out. So a lot of paddock in front of Western Suburbs here to get down the other end to put points on the board. Thirroul defence strong up there. As we see the 16, Jared Whitty on for Thirroul for the first time.
One. Move, Tom! Hold! Go.
So Whitty, he might play a bit of a roving role. As we see Pello in open space. He's put it on the boot, regathered. Trying to get up to play the ball.
Go.
Rodriguez with Jimmy Green. So Green's wrapped up, pops the ball out. Leah Tingers with the ball in hand. Dodgers met Leah Tinger.
Move! Here, Joel.
Jared Whitty underneath in that tackle. West to the right. Rankmore playing wide. So Rankmore's wrapped up into Thirroul territory on the last tackle. Daly back on the field, goes the short to Green. Green just keeps pinpointing the kick straight down Lee Higgins' throat, and Higgins with another good carry. Higgins into open space. He's away. Lee Higgins, fullback to beat. He's wrapped up there by Mitch Porter with the assistance of Dylan Laurie. What a game he's had. Lee Higgins at fullback today. Morris with the ball in hand. Just shy of the halfway line. Short side through to Walsh. Tatua. Goose step. Gets past his first number. Daly wraps him up.
Yeah. Go. 3.
Hoare to Walsh. Walsh onto Beef. Beef crabs back in field. He'll be wrapped up 30 metres out.
Hold!
So Thirroul wind
Go, four.
right in their sail here. Options, Walsh to the boot,
Good.
puts it over the top. Good chase there from the Thirroul Butchers to Tua. Hall,
We get 4! Lock
Richie
in!
Porter mops that up.
Hold!
Play the ball 5 metres out from the try line. Colby Pello, ball in hand, stepping at the
Luke,
line.
Luke!
Can't crack the Thirroul defence.
Hold, Jared. Hold, Jared. Hold. Go.
So an exciting second half here at Gibson Park. Thirroul Butchers still in front,
Oh, we
14
get
points to
goal!
12 minutes remaining.
Always. Hold for me.
Western Suburbs
Mate.
still with 12 men on the paddock. With Luke Towers having a bit of time in the bin. And there's Colby Pello into open space. Pello, he's got a motor on him. He's got inside support. He'll go himself, and Kobe Pello. Tony Pello all the way, and what a great individual try there for the Western Suburbs. Number 21, Tony Pello. So Western Suburbs hit back with only 12 men on the paddock. Courtesy of a super solo try there from the Western Suburbs, number 21, Tony Pello. And we've seen Tony Pello earlier on in reserve grade play the first half, and he was a standout in that game in reserve grade for the first half on the paddock. He's been called up by Pete McLeod to come off the bench for first grade, and he'll be hard to keep out of the starting side next week if he continues his form up like that individual try there. So it was all the running of the Thirroul Butchers in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
But then a little bit of magic there from Tony Pello down that left-hand flank. Motored his way down the sideline in front of the big Thirroul faithful over on that hill, and has brought that ball and slammed it down near the uprights. So West back in front here, 16 points to 14, kick to come. 11 minutes remaining.
50 games or something. So he's played like 3.
So we go back, and the Thirroul faithful, they would be wishing that that pass from Tatua didn't go forward when Nathan Hall crossed earlier on. Would have put them comfortably in front, but now they're behind on the scoreboard with Mitch Porter likely to add the extras. So everyone that's paid their money at the gate today has really got their money's worth here at Gibson Park watching this game.
They haven't closed their mouth for 80 minutes.
Extras are added. Mitchie Porter adds 2 more to his personal tally for the day. And Western Suburbs, they'll nudge in front even further. 18 points to 14, 10 minutes remaining. And we are set for a cracker of the last 10 minutes of rugby league here at Gibson Park. So we see the sun has gone down behind the mountain a long time ago.
Come here, run!
Could have nearly been nighttime football here. It has come over a little bit dark here at Gibson Park. But no one has left their seat or their spot on the hill because it's been such a fantastic game of football. As you see Dylan Laurie pushing back off that fence and bringing that ball back straight into Joel Johnson and
Up we get,
young Jack Eager.
Lock in! Go, 1.
Again, West go that left-hand side where they've had luck previously.
Movement, roll out!
Jimmy
Hold
Green
markers.
wrapped up.
Go, 2.
Gallagher, good contact there
Off
on the
leg,
Western Suburbs
go.
back rower there.
Hold.
He's getting up a little bit gingerly.
Get long.
Rodriguez goes, brings his centre back underneath him. So Kurt Field running back inside, back off the grain. Zach Green kicking his side out of the area, and again straight down Lee Higgins' throat. I'd like $1 for every time that's happened today.
Move 9!
So Higgins, he's brought that ball back onto the 40-metre line.
Hold!
Still plenty of time left for both sides to add more points to the scoreboard. A penalty awarded to Thirroul. It looked like another bit of mouthing off. We'll see the referee putting his hand to his mouth. So we've seen what happened when last time when Luke Towers had too much to say to the referee.
Move now, Jimmy!
So Thirroul on the attack, 40 metres out. Gallagher playing the ball. Johnson, Ruskin out the back to Walsh. Walsh has got numbers outside. Tatua in open space. Goes himself. Tatua's wrapped up. Whitty in at dummy half. On to Walsh. Walsh to Ruskin. Ruskin back in field. Straight and hard the Joel Ruskin way, that is.
Movement 17!
So Ruskin's wrapped up centre of the paddock, 20 metres out. Walsh is calling for the ball. On to Dodge. Dodge shrugs off Green. Can't get past Jason Green, so he's wrapped up 8 metres out from the try line, and Dodge looks like he's in a little bit of spot of bother there.
I got it.
So that shot from Jason Green has rattled Luke Dodge.
Bring the 8.
So taking a bit of wind out of him. We've got trainer Dan out there assisting Luke Dodge. So on his knees, on his haunches there is Dodge, and it'd be a loss if Luke Dodge would come from the field here. One of Thirroul's go-to men.
With a shoulder charge, we're going to put on report. We're going to put on report. He's hit with a shoulder charge, so it's on report. Penalty going here.
As we see the referee putting, it looks like Rankmore on report for a shoulder charge. So they'll be busy in the judiciary this week.
It's not a free interchange, it's a different player.
We see Dodge bringing Brought from the field.
Yeah, that's a different tackle to this shoulder charge here. Yeah. It was a 7.
See a penalty to Thirroul given here. 8 minutes remaining in this first half, and it's a massive opportunity for the Thirroul Butchers to go back in front here and cross that stripe. Ruskin ball in hand. So it's 13 on 12 still at Gibson Park. Thirroul on the attack. Johnson, eager at the back to Higgins. Higgins will go himself, trying to split the Western Suburbs defence. Can't do that. Wrapped up 9 metres short. Gallagher in at dummy half. Eager with the ball to Morris. Morris again with a carry. Super impressive this evening, Michael Morris.
Hold Dylan. Go.
Johnson ball, eager to Walsh. Walsh on to Hoare, and Hoare's going to score. A great kick there by Thirroul's number 7, Jake Walsh. Pinpoint accuracy from that kick, landing in the arms of Nathan Hoare. Nathan Hoare, who was denied a try earlier on from a Callum Tatua forward pass, but he gets one back here, and the Thirroul Butchers are back in front at Gibson Park. And the Thirroul bench is up and cheering. Look at them down there. I haven't seen Moosey jump off the bench that fast for a long time. Jared Costello, a smile on his face, deservingly so. They've just kept peppering away the Thirroul Butchers. And what a kick there from Walsh. It was a spot last season that Jared Costello switched and swapped a few people, that halfback spot, but it looks like he has got a number 7 that's going to stay in that position for the whole season.
And Ryan, you go right to the corner. Sorry? Ryan, you go right to the corner. And Mitchell stay short, just in case. You going long? I'm going long.
So that man, Walsh, can he add 2 points and kick the Thirroul Butchers into the lead? 18 points all, 6 minutes remaining. As we see Luke Towers about to come back onto the field. And a massive important kick here for the Thirroul Butchers. Not the ideal spot to do it in front of the Western Suburbs supporters. I'm sure they will be vocal on this kick. I think the Thirroul supporters would have much rather this kick be on the opposite side of the field in front of the Old Boys Bar. It would have been dead silent. As we see Walsh just taking his time stepping into this one. And he's absolutely sprayed that one across the front of the uprights. So we're all locked up here, 18 all. 5 minutes remaining in this game at Gibson Park, and Luke Towers back onto the field. So for the remaining 5 minutes, we're going to have 13 on 13. And the lights are on here at Gibson Park. Shallow kickoff, Morris to return the ball. And it's met solidly there from the Western Suburbs defence. Josh Daly with the help of Kyle Lodge really squaring up on Morris.
Yeah, go.
Johnson had dummy half, just got tripped over there by, looks like Rankmore, is it? I think Rankmore's put the foot out there and tripped Joel Johnson, so Walsh will kick for touch here and get his side in a little bit of better field position.
What are you doing?
So Walsh, kick not the best, and Towers is going to field that. So heads down there in the Thirroul camp. Towers, that man that was just come back onto the field after a sin binning.
Go, one. I'll set it, you get here.
Laurie with a carry. So Thirroul defence really going to have to stand up here. A massive chance for the Western Suburbs team to march their way down the paddock. We'll look for Zach Green for that one-pointer. That man was the hero of the pre-season cup, kicking his Western Suburbs side to victory over Collegians. We see a good carry there from, it looks like Daly. They go on the short side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a flat ball onto field. Field can't get past the defence. So they've crabbed all the way the other side of the field. Jimmy Green scoot out dummy half. Green onto the boot. It's been a long time since that's happened. So that ball's gone over the dead ball line. So 3 minutes remaining in this game. The Butchers to drop it back out to Western Suburbs. So it looks like West will get the last shot at this scoreboard. Referees called time off.
No footy. We've got rid of the foot.
So what an exciting game we have witnessed here at Gibson Park, and it's only round one of the Illawarra Hardware Man League. So Walsh with the Walsh to drop it back out. He's got a massive boot on him. Flat drop out over the halfway line. 55 metres. Dylan Laurie will return serve. And Laurie's met by Whitty, but Whitty just couldn't make full contact with Dylan Laurie. Laurie 35 metres out centre of the paddock. We'll look for West to march it up the middle of the field, each side of the ruck here. You wouldn't think they'd go wide.
Go to
onto the right, Green. Pello steps round to Tua, trying to get free. Pello's in open space and he's just wrapped up. Colby Pello wrapped up 6 metres shy of the try line. There's Green with the ball in hand. Out to Rodriguez, centre of the paddock. Kyle Lodge underneath him.
Here we go, mate.
So massive chance here. 10 metres out from the try line. Daly at dummy half. Zach Green's back. It's gone back to Zach Green. Here he goes. Defence up onto Towers. Porter with ball in hand. Stepping round. Can't get past the tour and he's wrapped up. So Western Suburbs still with a chance. Last tackle.
Holding. Go.
Out to Zach Green. Zach Green onto the boot. And he's just sprayed it to the left of the upright.
Play on!
Tommy Simpson ball in hand. And it looks like Simpson's been wrapped up in the in-goal.
In-goal.
So Thirroul with another dropout. Western Suburbs with another chance. What an exciting last couple of minutes of play we have had here at Gibson Park.
Lee, throw the ball in.
Thirroul players, they look like they're down on their haunches a little bit in that in-goal.
Ball in, let's
They'll
go.
be wishing this
Don't
clock
away.
just ticks away. Clock's still ticking here, so the referee has not called time off. We'll get us back underway here. Walsh with a big dropout. We've got Rankmore returning serve. We've been wrapped up 35 metres out. So 30 seconds left in this game, and Leah Tinger with a strong carry on the right. We've got Rodriguez back. We've got Zach Green back. Who's this ball going to go to? Going to Rodriguez. To Green. Green brings it back infield. Smart play there from Jimmy Green. And the ball's been bumped out, been pushed back. So 8 seconds left in this game. Zach Green set up to the back here. Balls to Green. Green with the attempt, and Green's just pushed it to the left. And great pressure there by his opposite number in number 7 there. Jake Walsh really putting pressure on Zach Green. And what a game of football we have witnessed here today at Gibson Park. Full-time siren has been blown. An absolute cracker of a game. Only round one in the Illawarra Hardware Man League, but what a game it was. Couldn't split these two sides at full time. 18 all. Thirroul v Western Suburbs.
Sorry, mate.
And the crowd, they are absolutely stunned with what has happened today. What a game of football we've seen. If you paid your $7 at the door, you've got your money's worth. If you're sitting at home watching us live, I hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Johnny Pett here for Bar TV. We'll see you somewhere in the Illawarra Hardware Man League next week.